Hey, welcome in. Well, CNN continues to flail desperately, clearly unable to cope with the aftermath of basing your entire business on Orange Man bad. And then when there isn't an Orange Man anymore, well, you kind of don't have a business anymore. Now, of course, they still talk about Trump as much as they can, but it just doesn't seem to be sticking the same way. It's just not getting the viewers that it used to. And of course, they've tried to create new villains. I mean, they're always going on about Tucker Carlson. And, Brian Stelter, his show now has just become the Tucker Carlson reaction channel. But yeah, they've tried to turn Tucker Carlson into the new bad guy. And while he's hated on the left, absolutely. Again, that's not really bringing the viewers back. Did the same with Ron DeSantis. But again, it just didn't really work the same way. In fact, it's not working at all. CNN's in the gutter. Here's the headline. Fox News has a relatively small base and credibility among a minority of the country. That's Brian Stelter. And look, I'm not some Fox News worshiper, okay? I think they have their own issues. Although I do like Tucker. I think Tucker is basically unique in the cable news landscape. But seeing this from CNN and Brian Stelter does display an astonishing lack of self-awareness. Or maybe they are aware and they just don't care. But anyway, back to Stelter. Look, I hate to do ad hominem stuff, but just look at him. You could make him the monster in It, and it would be more terrifying. No makeup or anything, just that. I mean, just look at that face. Look at the expression. Look at the fakeness there. But anyway, I mean, it's obviously hilarious because he's talking about Fox News having a relatively small base and credibility among a minority of the country. Again, this is Brian Stelter from CNN saying that. So let's take a little look at who's actually watching what. And here we have Wednesday, October 27th. Well, how did Fox News do? Well, see, Tucker Carlson at 8 o'clock, he had 3.15 million viewers. Anderson Cooper, 704,000. That's quite poor. MSNBC, they're higher with 1.228 million. But as you can see, you add them together, that's only, 1.9, nearly 2 million for both combined. Tucker's got 3.1. And you can see it all the way down the lineup here. Look, Hannity, 2.639 million. CNN, 623,000. Ingram, 2.1 million. Lemon, 613,000. Those are embarrassingly bad numbers. And never mind Fox, I mean, they're nowhere close to MSNBC even. How about Brian Stelter himself? His show, Reliable Sources, marked its lowest rated week of the year with the key 25 to 54 demo, with only 85,000 viewers in that category. And what happened? Brian Stelter loses in ratings to reruns of the Golden Girls, SpongeBob, Peppa Pig, and Paw Patrol. Here, let's take a look. Reliable Sources, Brian Stelter, right at the bottom, 85,000 in the demo. Right above that, Golden Girls. That's right, the Golden Girls. Peppa Pig, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Real Housewives of SLC, Below Deck Mediterranean. I've never even heard of that. Paw Patrol, SpongeBob, something called Loud House. And even though I haven't even heard of some of these shows, I know I would rather watch them than Brian Stelter. So Brian Stelter, 85,000 in the key demo. There's like a million YouTubers who do better than that. So anyway, he's doing what he always does, which is just try and run down Fox News. Maybe that's just what he finds fulfilling to do with his life, or maybe he's being told to do that. He says, quote, "When you talk about credibility, they do have credibility among a loud but relatively small base that is willing to tune in. So credibility is certainly within a very short supply for Fox News. It's been negated among the majority of the country." And you know what? It is true that actually cable news is actually, the audience is actually quite small considering the size of the United States. Even Tucker Carlson, who's got the top show, over 3 million viewers. But that's still, when you take into consideration the hundreds of millions of people, okay, it's still actually fairly small. I mean, you have to then consider all the clips that go on YouTube and social media and all of that, but still. And that said, Brian Stelter is nobody to talk because nobody watches him. 85,000 being beaten by the Golden Girls. The Golden Girls. You have to wonder at this point why he has a show. Although, again, I'd much rather watch the Golden Girls than Brian Stelter. So, and apparently a lot of other people agree. So what is this? Again, it's just a flailing company that doesn't have any answers. They went all in on Orange Man bad, and now the Orange Man isn't president anymore, and they have absolutely nothing interesting to say, and now nobody wants to watch them. So maybe for CNN, it's just one of those, be careful what you wish for stories, because they contributed very heavily to getting rid of the Orange Man, and now the only thing they can do is to aspire to be as popular as the Golden Girls. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you'd just like to listen, there's the podcast Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.